Good evening, this is the Vsb Tv 11 News for Wednesday, May 7th. I'm Peter Cattell. Our top story: coordinated searches continued today across the island for missing Canadian visitor William Grange, and the public were invited to join searchers at the Cambridge beaches at 6 p.m. this evening for another look in the western parishes. Meanwhile, the family have provided another picture of the 67-year-old retired lawyer who suffers from short-term memory loss. It is now 5 days since he went for a nighttime walk at the hotel and did not return. There was a large and enthusiastic turnout today of youth, parents and staff for the ceremony by which Teen Services recognized Teenage Pregnancy Awareness Week. Minister of Community and Cultural Affairs Wayne Scott delivered the proclamation, and the audience got to hear from Police Media Manager Dwayne Keynes on the issues. He recounted the points that he had made to Vsb News after the ceremony.
Today commenced Teen Prevention Month, and Teen Services asked me to speak. What I talk to young people about is finding your passion, your purpose, and understanding that you are a prize. Oftentimes, young people, they engage in risky behavior because they don't understand the value and the worth. So one of the few things that I established was you are valued. You mean something to someone, and you have to treat yourself like you are special and a prize. The second thing I talked about was finding your passion, the reason why you live, and then we talked about purpose and setting goals. Little tools that help young people to motivate young people to take the rightful place in life so that they don't get caught up in the pitfalls of life, specifically drugs, gangs, and teenage pregnancy.
Now, did any of your speech come from personal experience?
Most of it came from personal experience. As you can imagine, growing up in Bermuda, we make bad choices, and oftentimes the best advice that you can give is when you've actually made some choices and those choices have actually reflected in your life. So yes, a lot of what I speak about is personal experience, and also I have daughters who are dealing with the same challenges that everybody in Bermuda dealing with who have teenagers.
The Butterfield and Dallas Wholesale Group has been holding an annual health fair for its staff and retirees for a number of years to help them stay fit and enjoy the best health possible. But this year they went a step further and threw in a major attraction that added considerably to the experience. As you will shortly be able to see for yourselves, it was a happy video featuring as many members of the staff as could be squeezed into the 3 minutes format.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Yeah. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Yeah. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. Yeah. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is. You hey, clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Come on.
The Garden Club of Bermuda will be pulling out all of the stops this Saturday when they stage a May wedding, open house and gardens public celebration that will include a fashion show, 6 concerts, 12 plein-air artists, plant sales and much, much more at Christchurch, Warwick, and 2 beautiful neighbouring residences. Vice President Anna Fulton provided us with a glimpse of the treasures in store.
Saturday, May the 10th, is the day of our May wedding, a community event for all of Bermuda. It will be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Christchurch, Warwick, and 2 properties on Kirkdale Drive, right over the road from Christchurch. Parking will be at Christchurch. There will be an admission charge of $20 for adults. Children under 10 are free, and from 10 to 18 it will be a $10 charge. People will start their tour at the church, which will be decorated as for a Bermuda wedding in a traditional style. They will progress through the church and across the road to Kirkdale Farm, where we have a variety of events going on throughout the day, and finally progress up to the Cocoon, a gorgeous house, which again is decorated in by our floral artists, and there will be a walk through that house and property. In addition, as I said, we begin at 10 a.m. At 11 a.m, Miss Bermuda will officially open our event. She will arrive dressed as a bride. Beautiful. We have an antique wedding carriage and a topiary horse leading the carriage, obviously not moving, and she will introduce the event, open the event with a brief speech. We have 6 music concerts, including Tony Barry will be in the church from 12 to 1 p.m. We kick off the music program at 10:30 at Kirkdale Farm with the Bermuda Suzuki String Group. We have at 11 a.m. the handbell choir at the church, again at the church. And in the afternoon they will be doing a second performance at 2 p.m. and we have a recorder group, and finally a flute and piano duet. Tony Davis and Andrea Hodson will be performing at 2:45. So quite a full day. One very big feature and very well rehearsed feature of the day will be our fashion show at 12:45 here at Kirkdale, actually in this area. Sylvie Elliott has lined up a beautiful team of models with a surprise bride at the end, but we're hugely looking forward to that. So we have young ladies dressed up as brides walking throughout the different properties. Flower girls will be in the church as well and at the properties. So really quite a range.
Still ahead on the TV11 News is Rachel with the weather preview.
Thanks, Peter. Partly cloudy, mainly dry, and decreasing winds. On the radar, not much activity, so expect a dry night, but please stay tuned for the full weather report later.
The weather radar picture provided courtesy of the Ministry of Transport on Vsb Tv 11.
Delicious in the slow cooker, fresh XL pork shoulder roast, only $3.99 per pound. Save $4 each on whole seedless watermelons, $10.99 each. Save 85 cents on Heinz ketchup, 20-ounce easy squeeze bottle, only $3.29. The Snack for Life La yogurt, all varieties, only 99 cents for a 6-ounce tub. Save $2.30 on your choice of regular, diet, or zero Coca-Cola soda. 6 packs, only $4.99. All stores open until 10 p.m. for your shopping convenience. You can count on
We knew Mom needed a caregiver. A friend told us about Bermuda at-home services, and Mom can't wait to tell you how helpful they are.
They are wonderful. They help me with all my hygienic needs, prepare my meals, assist me with my medication, and much, much more. But most of all, they are very reliable and friendly.
There is also a great residential and office cleaning service that we offer.
Call 541-2247 or email
bahs@northrock.bm. Your home care under one roof.
The following vignette was taken from Bermuda 5 Centuries by Rosemary Jones and other local history sources, and is sponsored by Belco, the power to save, Lindo's, why go anyplace else, Gosling's, Bermuda Investment Advisory Services, and Colonial Insurance.
Our society has embarked on a policy of attacking at two fronts. We have attacked on Downing Street and the Westminster front, and at present we are attacking on the home front. Bermuda suffragette Gladys Morrill, December 18, 1930.
A faith-inspired weekend dedicated to living single successfully, the brainchild of Vsb TV's own anchorwoman, Selena Mead, will take place from Friday, May 16th to Sunday, May 18th at the BUEI and the Fairmont Hamilton Princess. The Friday evening, all-day Saturday, and Sunday evening conference is packed with entertainment, panel discussions, workshops, and networking. And it is aimed at male and female singles, those who have never been married or have been divorced, widowed, or live as an unmarried couple. Vsb News' Brian Darby asked Ms. Mead what had motivated her to plan such a gathering.
I find, looking back, I've lost time and being distracted, and just to admittedly, I'm over 20, over 30. So you look to those years and realize, wait a minute, there are things that I could have done to maximize those time periods. Here I am wanting a family, husband and children, and all the legitimate desires. I feel now I've come to a point where I recognize I need to maximize my singlehood, and with the right time and the right person, everything will fall into place accordingly.
Now, we're all kind of driven by TV, books, films, movies, people. Everyone thinks they've got to have a glamorous life and a lot of excitement, and yet with that comes so often tragedy and remorse and grief.
Often we make the wrong choices, yes, driven by all those factors, and said we can often make choices that lead to being in financial debt by choosing the wrong person. You can be ill-equipped to make the right decisions. You can sometimes enter into abusive relationships. Yes. There are so many reciprocal effects of settling, for lack of a better phrase. I find sometimes we get caught up in settling in relationships that we were never really called to be in.
And have the courage to follow your own instincts. You're going to inspire us, obviously, this weekend.
Well, it's going to be a wonderful weekend. We're going to have on Friday an evening of entertainment, and that's simply just to kickstart the conversation and to look back and reflect and look at the twists and turns of singleness. And that's BUEI on the Friday, as well as on the Saturday. We'll also be back at BUEI from 8:30 to 3:30, and on that day we'll have a series of empowering workshops and general seminars. So we're also hoping that everybody will come out on the Sunday at the Fairmont Hamilton Princess on the Regency Terrace, weather permitting, but we do have the inside contingency plan, and we're going to be inspired by Bishop Nicholas Dale with a lovely service, and it's going to have a modern contemporary feel, and it's going to be a wonderful event.
If all Bermuda students did to celebrate Heritage Month is visit the Bermuda Historical Society's museum and the public library at Parleville, it would be time well spent. Society President Andrew Birmingham and his dedicated team of members have put together 3 rooms of historical items ranging from Sir George Somers' sea chest to a portrait of Dame Jennifer Smith, and they would appreciate some attention.
The Bermuda Historical Society has a very important but small role in Bermuda's heritage and our history. It goes back to 1895 when a group of enlightened Bermudans decided to invest in our history. And we carry on that legacy with a group of very valuable volunteers. We have a great location at Parleville, which, by the way, celebrates its 200th anniversary of the building of the Great House in December this year. The museum attracts a wide cross-section of visitors from abroad. We'd like to see more people from Bermuda come in. A large number of people have never heard of us. We have a tremendous collection of Bermuda silver. We have original artifacts from Sir George Somers. The Bellamy family in the 1930s made available to us Somers' sea chest, the lodestone, and the 2 grand portraits of himself and Lady Somers. More recently, we were given or permanent loan to the Augustus collection of portraits of prominent Bermudians of the 1970s. It's interesting that no one really wanted them, but we took them on board, and they are very much an attraction. People like Dame Jennifer Smith, Ruth Thomas, a grand collection of portraits of notables of 1970. So we even look at modern history.
Now, here's a look at the daily markets, presented by Bias.
Here are the daily markets presented by Bias. Global equity markets were little changed on Wednesday as investors digested comments from Russian President Vladimir Putin that indicated a possible easing to the geopolitical concerns over Ukraine that have recently weighed on markets. The Nasdaq Composite Index fell as internet stocks tumbled for a second day, overshadowing a Federal Reserve vow to continue supporting the economy. The S&P climbed 0.56% higher to 1,878. There were no trades on the Bermuda Stock Exchange on Wednesday. Other Bermuda-related stocks included XL Group and Renaissance Re ended higher on the day. European stocks reversed earlier declines as Vladimir Putin said Russia has withdrawn its troops from the border with Ukraine. The DAX rose 0.57% to 9,521. Asian equity markets ended lower as a private gauge of China's services industries slid. The Nikkei fell 2.93% to 14,033. The Hang Seng declined 1.05% to 21,746. Latin American stocks advanced. Brazil's Vsb extended its rally, rising 0.53% on speculation a poll will show falling support for President Dilma Rousseff's re-election bid. The U.S. Treasury market yield curve steepened after Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen said a high degree of accommodation remains warranted. The difference in yields between 5- and 30-year securities increased to about 1.75%. The dollar rose from a 6-month low against a basket of peers after the Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen said the U.S. economy is poised for growth. That was a look at the daily markets presented by Bias. There's more news after the break.
Save $2 on red ripe slicing tomatoes, only $2.99 per pound. Great on the grill, fresh Purdue chicken leg quarters, only $1.79 per pound. Malt-O-Meal Tutti Fruttis or Apple Zing cereal, only $3.29 for a 12.5-ounce box. For your baking needs, Blue Butter margarine sticks, 1-pound box, only $1.69. Big savings of $1.31 on Libby's regular mayonnaise, 32-ounce jar, only $4.49. All stores open till 10 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
For much more furniture, visit Bermuda's only Ashley Furniture Gallery. Big Savings Zone. You want the best? Forget the rest. For all your furniture needs, shop Big Savings Zone and support your local retailers. Have you ever ordered something online expecting it to be a certain price, but when it arrives it ends up being a whole lot more? Beware of those unexpected hidden fees. That never happens at Big Savings Zone. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Big Savings Zone at the end of Stocks Road, St. David's.
Bermuda is an easy way to find great discounts while discovering fun activities to do in Bermuda.
Discover the best spas, restaurants, activities, services, and shops at 50% off.
Sign up to Bermuda and start saving today.
The announcement that Bermuda's first community foundation was up and running and already earning investment income to turn into grants for local charities has stirred up some interest. And we thought you would find further comments by the Foundation's Executive Director, Dr. Myra Virgil, to be enlightening.
We have a very strong investment committee. This was one of the things that we weighed up, as a board. We have an investment committee that has a policy. It's online. People can see it at www.bcf.bm, and you can see what is the investment plan. It's fairly moderate and safe because we also don't want it to risk people's money, but we also want to. And it's probably hard not to beat the interest rates and stuff at the bank, but we also want to earn some money so that we are making money for the nonprofit sector.
And any thoughts of where you'd like to see that interest figure? 7%, 8%?
Our target is 6 to 7%. Yes.
Make that in the foreseeable future.
Yes, and then if people go online and want to look at our policies, currently the spending policy is that we would spend 4% of that, and so you're returning some of those earnings back to your principal so that it grows.
As you say, why didn't we think of this earlier?
We are the newest community foundation, but in the last 2 years, there have sprung up. There's 1,400, just worldwide, maybe even more at this point. The last count. This year marks the 100th anniversary of community foundations. The first being set up in Cleveland, and so we may be a little bit behind in terms of getting it started. But Bermuda and Bermudians and residents of Bermuda have been very generous over this time. So if we just think about, this is another part of giving in addition to supporting programs and nonprofits on a day-to-day basis, because they do need your support every day for the ongoing programs. This is in addition to saying I care about this organization or this piece of work in the long term, and I want to put something in place for the long term for that work.
And it takes nothing away from, say, the end-to-end walk, giving maybe $250,000 this year to a number of chosen charities. That fits very nicely, doesn't it?
It fits very nicely because really there are many ways to give.
To celebrate Earth Day, the Bermuda National Trust, with the support of event sponsor Marshall Deal and Myers Limited, asked Bermuda school students to create videos highlighting environmental issues. Vsb Tv 11 is proud to air the best videos submitted on Thursday, May the 8th at 10 a.m. and 9 p.m. and repeated on Sunday, May the 11th at 8 p.m. Sponsored by Belco, Lindos, and Auto Solutions.
Bermuda will have 6 members representing CrossFit Bermuda this weekend in Chile. The instructor and owner of CrossFit, Derek Hurdle, said this is the Latin American Regional Championships with the top performers advancing to the CrossFit Games in July.
Of CrossFit BDA. I own CrossFit BDA with another gentleman, Matt McDonald. CrossFit, actually for retired athletes, or not retired athletes, but ex-athletes, it's a perfect caveat to get that competition back. So what CrossFit does is it practices functional movement. So that's movement you do in your everyday life. So what we do is we get the body to move in certain ways, but try to make it a bit enjoyable while people are enjoying fitness, and it's scalable to any level. So whether you're young and fit, whether you're mediumly fit, whether you're really flexible, whether you're not too flexible.
Totally out of shape like me.
If you're out of shape, it's for everybody. So we get the big thing is that, well, I have to get in shape before I come to CrossFit, but that's not true. So any movement we do can be scaled to any ability.
Give me an idea of some of the exercises or paces, if you will, that you put them through.
We do 3 exercises that are grouped into 3 categories. Weightlifting, which you do your traditional with the barbells or the dumbbells or kettlebells. We do gymnastics movements, which involve body weight, so like push-ups, sit-ups, burpees. And then we also do what we call cardio, or metcons, which would involve running, cycling, swimming, that sort of stuff. And we mix them all together, keep it varied all the time. So it's always varied. So the workout we do today, we won't do that same workout again for about another 4 months. So we always keep the muscles guessing.
And the membership is pretty steady?
Yeah, we're pretty steady. We opened up 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years in June. And we've been growing steadily ever since. So we opened up, we started at over near Green Lantern. And we outgrew that space pretty quickly, so we moved here since January of 2013, and we're still growing. We're part of the Latin America region in Bermuda. We qualified this year, and for the 2nd year in a row actually, to participate in the Latin America regionals, which take place in Chile this weekend.
So this weekend?
This weekend. So this weekend, we have a team of 6, co-ed team. It's Tiffany Dawson, Jenny Malcolm, Sally Onewell, Matt McDonald, Dave Middleton, and Mark Tucker are going down to Chile to represent Bermuda.
People and Places with Charles Webb, Mondays in the Vsb TV 11 Evening News at 7:30, 8:30 and midnight. Sponsored by Big Saving Zone at the end of Stocks Road, St. David's.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's VSB weather forecast. Temperatures for today, we had a high of 72 at 8 in the morning and a low of 67 an hour later at 9 when the thunderstorm passed through. Current conditions, 68 degrees, humidity 70%, winds north-northeast 12 to 18 knots, and barometric pressure is rising at 30.16 inches. Rainfall index the month of May, 1.3 inches for a yearly total of 22.33. Yearly normal for this time starting to catch up at 19.22 inches. And taking a look at the satellite. High pressure continues to build from the northwest, bringing settled conditions. Moderate winds are expected to decrease later tonight as clouds decrease. A weak low to the near north on Friday brings a few showers by Friday evening that may linger through Saturday morning. If you're traveling, Atlanta, mostly sunny and 86. Boston, partly cloudy, 64. Charlotte, mostly cloudy, 91. London, heavy rain, 63. Miami, mostly sunny, 86. New York, rain, 61. Orlando, mostly sunny, 91. Philadelphia, 69, mostly cloudy. Toronto, 59, thunderstorms. And Washington, 83, and partly cloudy. And back at home tonight, partly cloudy with a low near 64. Winds north-northeast, 10 to 15 knots, and then decreasing to 8 to 12 knots late night. And tomorrow, sunny with a high near 73, winds north-northeast 5 to 10 knots. Marine tonight, no warnings, seas inside the reef 1 to 2 feet, seas outside the reef 3 to 5 feet, and the sea surface temperature is 74 degrees. Marine tomorrow, no warnings, seas inside the reef 1 to 2 feet, seas outside the reef 3 to 5 feet. Low tide will be at 10:32 in the morning, and high tide will be at 4:32 in the afternoon. And taking a look at the 5-day forecast. Friday, mix of sun and cloud with a few showers by the evening, high near 74. Saturday, mix of sun and cloud with a few early showers, high near 75. Sunday, partly cloudy with a high near 75. And Monday, mix of sun and cloud with a high near 74. Thank you to Michelle Pitcher, our meteorologist for tonight, and everyone at the Bermuda Weather Service. I'm Rachel Sodden. Have a great evening.
Before we go, we'd like to thank the staff at Weir Enterprises for their excellent work. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a good night.
Peter Cattell's attire courtesy of A.S. Cooper & Sons Limited. Wardrobe and makeup for Rachel Sorden, provided by Gibbons Company.
Vsb TV 11, Bermuda.